Hey guys, this is Dr. E.M. Robinson, and just like you, I'm still on the grind. And I want you to know that in order to achieve your goals, sometimes you have to become a workaholic in your area of passion. And you can check it out in our new book, From Great to Preeminent, Success Tools for Overachievers, Volume 2. Good day to you.
Dr. E.M. Robinson and Associates presents Stop Squandering Opportunities, an excerpt from Great to Preeminent, Success Tools for Overachievers, Volume 2, The Millionaire Edition, and Chapter 3, The Workaholic, recorded and produced by Syndicate Life Media. In this excerpt, Dr. Robinson tackles an essential tool to high achievement and becoming extremely successful. Don't forget to subscribe, click notifications, and like this video. Now let's tune into Stop Squandering Opportunities, an excerpt of The Workaholic by Dr. E.M. Robinson.
Are you ready for your best year yet? Do you want success so bad that you can taste it? If so, this is your time. It only requires you to take 3 momentous steps in your life, and these steps, these seminal moves, force you into greatness. They separate you from the pack. You will no longer be at the lower levels on the totem pole. You will position yourself to first surpass the competition and second, outperform any level of achievement you perceive possible. This is Dr. E.M. Robinson, and I want you to fully comprehend what I'm about to tell you about your success. To succeed, you must become a workaholic in your area of passion. Let me say that again so that there is no confusion. You must become a workaholic in your area of passion. I'm sure that you've heard the saying that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. But you should also be aware that all play and no work makes Jack poor. There is no doubt that there is something that you desire to do to reinvent yourself. There is something that drives everyone. If you would relish becoming a renowned dentist with many offices in multiple metropolitan areas, shed stubborn pounds that have plagued you for years, or you want to build a family legacy in any domain of business, the following tools will place you not only on your marks, but allow you to be ready and go. What must be clear is that if you want something in this life, especially something remarkable, something to be envied, you will have to earn it. You must put in work. Even in the book of Proverbs 12 and 14, it teaches that if you work hard, you will become a leader. If you are lazy, you will become a slave. I'm sure that I have some disbelievers, although this doctrine should bear out in conventional wisdom and logic. But let's peer into this more deeply. You can say to yourself, it doesn't take all that, or I wouldn't drive that far, stay in school that long, work all those hours, keep experimenting with that, or invest all that money. But the fact remains that if you're to become that which you desire, you will have to work and make significant sacrifices. And I'm not speaking of a little dab will do. I'm referring to, in some cases, not months, but years, even decades to bring your ideal to fruition. If you were to ask Tiger Woods how many hours of practice, how many swings, or how many putts it required for him to become a preeminent golfer with the second most PGA Tour wins and second most majors, he would most aptly respond, countless. And I have an adage that I submit to you that will allow you to fully comprehend the notion that to succeed, you must become a workaholic in your area of passion. Here it is. To truly enjoy the capture, one must be willing to endure the chase. I encourage any high achiever to understand and adopt this maxim as it embodies the mindset required for preeminence. To truly enjoy the capture, one must be willing to endure the chase. The road to great is long, circuitous, bumpy, and sometimes dangerous. Yet the road to preeminence is extremely long, unbelievably circuitous, unbearably bumpy, constantly dangerous, and unending. Thus, to cognize great versus preeminent, it is best to know that to truly enjoy the capture, one must be willing to endure the chase. And this school of thought is best understood by fully internalizing 2 key concepts. First is learning to stop squandering opportunities, and second is to always exceed the standard. So if you're truly ready to enjoy the capture, let's become immersed in what the chase will entail. The first idea that is critical to you enjoying the capture is to learn to stop squandering opportunities. It would seem that if you go from neighborhood to neighborhood in any major city, that there are so many people moving and shaking in their communities. From new restaurateurs to civic leaders and activists, there seems to be so much progression. Yet in direct contrast to this advancement, when you venture to certain areas of the city, there is great poverty, dilapidation of buildings, and wasting away of many lives due to negative behaviors and unending substance abuse. This diametric difference is the result of capitalization on opportunities versus squandering them. The chasm, put simply, is between gain by using advantages available to you as opposed to negligence or inaction. When one recognizes the benefits of a position he or she is in and takes steps to reap positive rewards, this is why the haves continue to have. Ignoring advantages and sitting on one's butt when activity is the solution is why the have-nots remain in a cycle of diminishment. Learning to stop squandering opportunities is the first notion in enjoying the capture. In a recent TED Talk, leadership speaker and author Drew Dudley discusses maximizing potential ad nauseum. Dudley states that the scarcity of achievement is not because of the ability not being present, but because of squandering talent. This idea is key to understanding the value of taking advantage of doors that are ajar and promotions just a relationship away. And this topic is sure to resonate with many minorities because when we view levels of incarceration in the United States, for some ethnic groups, vast numbers of individuals are behind the eight ball. No matter if their mishaps are a function of discrimination or unwise decisions, the result is the same. They have either had their opportunities diminished by outside forces or made decisions that disrupted their immediate chances of success. Even further, because so many minorities are taken completely out of the market, they have little to no economic impact. It is one thing to contribute little to society, but it's another to subtract from it. So stop allowing favorable junctures of circumstances to escape you without acting on them. This is essential to achievement. Even further, I urge you to see the value in small things that you do each day that open doors. The small things, in many cases, are the opportunities that should not be squandered. A simple, firm handshake can be the means for being noticed by a potential person of influence or someone who can assist and catapult you toward the perch you aspire to ascend to. Although a handshake is a small action, its worth is invaluable. It cannot be overrated. It solidifies agreements and relationships. Even management experts at the University of Iowa declared handshakes more important than agreeableness, conscientiousness, or emotional stability, while other studies have shown that the handshake can quickly augment the quality of intimacy and trust in an interaction. I know a number of individuals who are in ancillary leadership positions that have not taken time to work on their handshake, but I don't know any leaders in what I would consider high-ranking positions that have not developed their handshake. I recall a city official in my travels whose handshake was flimsy at best. Whenever I shook his hand, he only used 2 fingers and his thumb. His grip was not firm, and he barely extended his hand. Consequently, I never felt like he was trustworthy. I was taken aback given his position in the city. I expected him to stand near me, leaving about 3 to 4 feet between us, extend his right hand, grasp my hand fully, pump my hand 2 to 3 times, release my hand, and lean back. This never occurred, and the agreements made between us never seemed solid. So understand that these seemingly small opportunities have value. They can catalyze the reaction of your future. What may seem like a routine meeting could be the single most important encounter of your career. What you view as minuscule in reference to your learning, skills, and abilities might be the attribute needed for your movement upward. Researchers across the board have listed one skill as more important than all others in leadership. Although characteristics such as height and gender dominated in earlier centuries, the single most important skill for leaders in the 21st century is one that cannot be overlooked. This skill allows one to clearly and succinctly explain to their employees any and everything from specific tasks to organizational goals. This one skill is the skill of communication. This is not an area that you can hope will be fine or will improve by default. Deliberately hone this skill. Utilize every opportunity to ameliorate your ability to clearly articulate your thoughts and give clear and adequate direction. This skill is more important than trustworthiness, creativity, timeliness, and the like, and it aids you in fostering and capitalizing on opportunities when needed. The ability to communicate well is not a skill that you can afford not to have if you are to remain upwardly mobile. This is a skill that when lost due to neglect or the lack of action toward improvement, it serves as a liability as opposed to an asset. I regularly run into people who say I should have finished school, or I should have started this business, or obtained that certification. I should have been a dentist, or I should have been an attorney. Not squandering opportunities available to you is the means for eliminating this type of should have, would have talk. Don't just talk, do. Stop hesitating. Get started right now. Work on your goals continuously. When others are resting, having a beer with buddies every weekend, or spending frivolously on luxuries, you could be the one who is concentrating on skill improvement, acquiring a certification, or building your dream business. It is this small thing, the few hours of reading and studying daily, or the research time on skill development, that allow you to stand out as opposed to blending into the woodwork. Everyone needs a workaholic in them with respect to some area of passion, and your goals will become a reality when you take advantage of the simple, small, easy opportunities that you have available right now. To be thorough and clear, it must be acknowledged that there are risks associated with any opportunities. Yet in the words of Fred Wilcox, you can't steal second base and keep your foot on first. The risk will always be there. So assess the risk, brace for it, and plow through it. And 20 years later, you will not be saying that I should have or would have.
Thanks for listening to Stop Squandering Opportunities, an excerpt from Great to Preeminent, Success Tools for Overachievers, Volume 2, The Millionaire Edition, and Chapter 3, The Workaholic, recorded and produced by Syndicate Life Media, and narrated by the author. Don't forget to get a copy of the book series, From Great to Preeminent, and other works by Dr. E.M. Robinson at Amazon.com, Google Books, and Barnes & Noble. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website. For speaking engagements, feel free to email Dr. E.M. Robinson and Associates at the link in the description. And as always, good day to you.